Cantorial soloist Todd Herzog, Rabbi Debbie Steele. It's the third week of February, 2021, 5781. And just so wonderful to be together and to be channeling the love both ways from us to our Solel community and back to us again. This week, of course, is over the next couple days. We've got two beautiful things, Purim and Shabbat. And I'd like to take a moment to talk about what I think is my actually favorite part of the Megillat Esther, the scroll of Esther. The pivotal moment in the Esther story comes when Mordecai challenges Esther to approach the king, her husband, in order to save the Jewish people. Mordecai's message is, do not imagine that you, of all the Jews, will escape with your life by being in the king's palace. On the contrary, if you keep silent in this crisis, relief and deliverance will come to the Jews from another quarter, while you and your father's house will perish. And who knows, perhaps you have attained to royal position just for this crisis. And how does Esther respond? She responds by saying, go, assemble all the Jews who live in Shushan and fast in my behalf. Do not eat or drink for 3 days, day or night. I and my maidens will observe the same fast. Then I shall go to the king, though it is contrary to the law. If I am to perish, I shall perish. I find that incredibly moving. Indeed, Esther is the heroine of the story, yet the stakes do not have to be as dramatic for us, you and me, to see ourselves in the story. What role do we have with someone perhaps in our own family, a spouse, a child, sibling, parent, nephew, niece, a friend, a coworker, an elected official, to help them use their position, their influence, their unique perspective to make a difference in some way? And how do we respond if challenged in such a way? What are we willing to stand up for, understanding that it requires a sacrifice? Can we make a stand based on our principles and values to do the right thing, knowing that it's likely to ruffle some feathers, perhaps even lose relationships, perhaps be ostracized or lose our position? As you hear the Esther story tomorrow, tomorrow being, we're going to see you for the spiel, we hope. It's going to be great. And maybe before the end of this, we'll give you a little sneak preview. To come and join our spiel tomorrow, because you're going to be a part of it, how the story goes. Most importantly, to be able to see yourself in the Esther story as the story speaks to us.
So it is amazing how many different messages this short book has for us. And it's going to be wonderful Thursday evening to be together to celebrate with Megillah Spiel. Really looking forward to that. I wanted to focus on a different aspect of the story, and that is the role that the desire for glory plays for Haman. In the Megillah, in chapter 5, Haman is honored by the invitation to join the king and queen in a private party. As we know, Haman loves attention. The Megillah records that day Haman went out happy and lighthearted. But then, when Haman sees Mordecai in the palace gate, and Mordecai does not rise or even stir on his account, the text tells us Haman was filled with rage at him. Haman's heart quickly flip-flops from elation to anger when he feels he is not being given honor. For Haman, life centers around the need for privilege, prestige, and respect. It is all about him. In the next chapter, the king is wondering what to do to honor Mordecai for having saved his life. Haman shows up, and the king asks what should be done for a man whom the king desires to honor. Haman, of course, thinks, whom would the king desire to honor more than me? Here again, we see that Haman's desire for glory is the most important thing in his world. And if we don't get the message that Haman is narcissistic and consumed with self-aggrandizement, the text makes it more explicit by saying that Haman's heart was full of itself. In other words, prideful. This happens when Queen Esther tells the king that someone is trying to kill her and her people. The text then says, King Ahasuerus demanded of Queen Esther, who is he and where is he whose heart is so full of itself that he thought to do such a thing? And of course, we know the answer. Haman's pride and the anger that comes upon him when he feels he is not being given proper glory prove very dangerous for our people. But there's another lesson here for each of us, because of course, most of us like attention and admiration. So when we boo Haman on Purim, may we also remind ourselves to ground our own sense of self-esteem and sense of right and wrong in something less fickle than accolades and admiration. Todd?
All right, so for just to getting us warmed up for Purim, I thought I would share a different version of the La Yehudim prayer. This is taken, it's written by Noam Katz, and it's taken from Esther chapter 8, verse 16, sometimes used in Havdalah, but anyway, just wanted to put us in the mood for Purim. La Yehudim hayta ora v'simcha v'sason La Yehudim hayta ora v'simcha v'sason ikar ken tiyeh lanu La Yehudim hayta ora v'simcha v'sason vikar La Yehudim hayta ora v'simcha v'sason vikar. Well, I see Rabbi Linder has made a transformation.
Everybody, a Chag Purim Sameach. We're going to see you Thursday night.
Tonight, if you get this on Thursday.
Yeah. Not to be confused with next Thursday. Tonight, Chag Sameach, come Purim Spiel. We're going to see you, and you'll figure out who I am in the Purim Spiel if you haven't already. And Todd and Rabbi Steele, I am looking forward to your your own costumes, who you're going to be. But you, Temple Solel, you're going to guide our story. So show up, please. We need you. And Shabbat Shalom as well.
Chag Sameach, everyone.
Chag Sameach.